two key takeaways. One, this is the first marathon I've actually fully committed to.
I don't need no one to say you're complicated, 'cause I knew from the start this might be overrated.
As you can probably tell, we've made it to the cottage for a weekend once again, and oh my god, I just never get bored of these views and everything. But what I thought I'd do is bring you along on my weekend runs. So enjoy the footage. Any comments or questions, you can leave them down below. And if you're not subscribed already, hit subscribe.
It's so typical, you wanna give it one more try, even though if your mind is telling you it's all a lie.
So if you're tuning in for the first time or you don't know, I'm chasing a 2:45 marathon, which is going to come up on October the 11th, I think. Is it the 10th? I don't know. And we're well and truly deep into marathon training, and we've already put in a hell of a lot of hard work, and we're kind of almost reaching towards that finish line. And the marathon itself is just the peak, you know. All this training has kind of been really worth it, really tough, and it's the journey, enjoying that journey and not just a finish line. So yeah, let's give it one more final push. One final push is one more month's worth of harder workouts, and then we can taper down. But look at these views.
Oh, I gotta wake up.
Pretty good, right? One of the reasons why I love running so much is I just enjoy the solitude, being able to be all by yourself, have your own thoughts, just lose track of everything else, and just enjoy the environment you're in and your mind state as well. But today we're doing like an easy run. The whole point is tomorrow we should be doing a session, and just prepping the legs for that, getting them turning over, keep them moving. If I'm honest, I didn't really want to go running today. I mean, when you're surrounded with such beautiful surroundings, it's a little bit hard sometimes. You just sort of like, hey, yeah, I'll just go swimming, sit by the lake, sit in the hammock, whatever. But you know, it's not that I don't want to run, it's just I'm in proper Zen state. So yeah, knowing what is good for you and knowing, you know, really the end goal of, or the process of what you want to do and how things will help. So I came out, and boy oh boy, I don't regret it. So that's one of the things with me. I think I really know how to train hard, push myself, and really grow as a person, runner, whatever. I like being outside of my comfort zone, but also I know how to rest hard, just equally as hard. And I think that's like really important as a runner, especially when you're really trying to push yourself, that you have equally as hard rest. And resting can be hard. I'm sure many of you out there know it. So being able to take rest days, take it easy on your easy days, and all those other recovery things like eating well, sleeping enough, drinking enough water, you know, is really, really important. So maybe ask yourself with your running, if you're training for something, are you taking your resting equally as important as the training that you're doing? Training doesn't have a line where it stops with just the marathon pace session or whatever. Training is like the whole picture of things. You know, how much are you invested into it, and how much you really want something that you think about all the other things. if you think about like some of the biggest sporting teams or professionals that achieve what they want, they dedicate their life to it, and that's because they really want it. But they're not just throwing javelins as a javelinier or hurdling as a hurdler. They're doing, you know, strength sessions. This is the turnaround point, by the way, the main road. And you know, they're not just doing those things, they're making sure they've got a healthy diet, they've got enough sleep and rest. That is one of the most overlooked things, I would say. But yeah, you got the point. Train hard, rest harder.
Believe you, no, I don't believe you, no, no. One thing I love about you is your dedication. It got me dreaming at the station. On my way home, oh, I gotta wake up. This might be a breakup, 'cause I don't believe you when you say that you miss me. 'Cause where are your actions to prove me you're different? When I say I need you and you head the direction that's leading away from me, baby.
Sometimes things change, don't they? And look at the situation we're in here. 3 days after I said we'll do the session tomorrow, and we never did it. So what happened? Well, that day of when I was running that you just saw a few seconds ago, which is actually, I think, 3 days. It was Saturday and today is Tuesday. I woke up and had a little bit of a tight Achilles. So I was out for an easy run, and I just thought, you know, normally, sometimes when you have a tight body, a little bit tired, you just go for a run and it makes everything feel better. And I noticed in that evening that my Achilles was still like a little bit sensitive and tight. I mean, to be honest, when you're doing marathon training and really hard training, and a lot of it, you're gonna get little aches, pains, tightness, and it's how you manage those things and how you don't make them become bigger things. So it's not as if I'm injured or anything. It's a perfectly normal part of running and pushing yourself. But knowing when to not push yourself too far, that's when you kind of, well, if you do it, you know what's on the other side of that. So for me, with my Achilles, I realized, hey, you need to back off a little bit, and doing 4 times 3 kilometers at threshold is probably not backing off, is it? So the good thing is, hey, look, I'm running now, I'm not injured, and this week is scheduled to be an easy week. I just knew the limit. My body was giving me a sign saying, Mark, you know, this is a lot. Maybe it's time to like enjoy that rest week early. I didn't want to. Obviously, when you have a plan, be it from a coach, training book, one that you've made up yourself, you don't like to not do it, or it's quite hard to sort of not do the thing that you set out, that you said you were going to do. But I think sticking to the plan might even be the bigger mistake than going out and doing it. So I took a full day off, completely off running, and I think that did a world of good. Went to the sauna, enjoyed being at the cottage, didn't beat myself up too much about it, and yesterday went out for a super easy 7 kilometers just to kind of, you know, like test the ground and get back into things after only 1 day off. But I think it was such a wise decision, and I'm so happy about it. And here we are 2 full days later, and I'm out for a run and I'm feeling good. So from my side of the story, there are two key takeaways. One, this is the first marathon I've actually fully committed to, road marathon, committed to training and doing some pretty hard work. And as I said, keep pushing myself. So we've got to take that into account and not go too much, too soon, too far. We can always do more next time, the next road marathon, whenever that might be. And yeah, we've got to take that into consideration. We don't get things like just snapping our fingers and getting them straight away. We've got to be calm, calculated, and also, yeah, just enjoy the process as well, I guess. All this training I'm doing, well, I think getting to the race line, the start line of that kind of event, it's probably better to be a little bit undertrained than a little bit overtrained. Overtraining comes with so many, you know, high risks. So for me, rather maybe take a step back and be not fully prepared, but prepared. I mean, I feel like I'm getting myself into the correct shape. So learning to maybe not push too far. And look, I don't want this message to be, you know, sit on your sofa more and do less. That's certainly not what I'm saying. Because if you want something, and anything worth like the real accomplishment, is when you put the hard work in, when you push yourself, when you go beyond something that you know you've already done. And I think it's well worth the journey, and the reward and the end line is equally going to be just as worth it. With all that said and done, we live to run another run. Here we are on this easy run, and I'm feeling good. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of this easy run. We'll catch up soon, and hope your running's going well. Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We'll see you in the next video.